Hi guys, it's Molly again. I'm here with another tutorial for you, and this one's going to be I guess you could say a smoky eye with a nude lip is what my plan is. Usually my plan never follows through with what actually happens, so stay tuned and I hope you enjoy the video, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. Stay tuned and we're gonna start the tutorial. Thanks. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna go ahead and do first is put on my primer, and I'm using the E.L.F. Poreless face primer. I've been using it. I dig it. And again, as usual, I don't put it all over my entire face, just where I need it the most, which is usually my cheeks, forehead, and nose. I tend to be a very oily person. And I don't want to put it all over my face. Okay, next we're going to go on to foundation, and I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the color 235 Pure Beige. And I'm going to go ahead and put some on my hand because that's how I usually apply it. And I will apply it with my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. Don't worry, no one's knocking at my door. I just hate getting those bubbles on the bottle of foundation. So yeah, and as you can see, I have a little bit on the palm of my, that's not the palm of my hand, the top of my hand. I'll dab it on there, and then I will just basically put it all over my face. Okay, now that I have all my foundation on, I'm going to go ahead and go to my concealer. Well, I know a lot of people say it's better if you add your eyeshadow and then put on your concealer, just in case you have any fallout. And the eyeshadow that I plan on using does tend to have a lot of fallout, so I'll add that later. I'm going to go ahead and add my eyeshadow primer, and I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I don't know if any of you have this product, but I love it and I try to use it sparingly because it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. So I'll go ahead and apply that to my eye. I'll go all the way up to my brow bone. And I'll put a little under my eye since I'll be bringing my eyeshadow down underneath, you know. And now my eyes are primed. Now it's on to eyeshadow. And today I'm going to be using my Kat Von D palette that I've had for a really long time. I usually don't get a lot of use out of it because I don't usually wear these colors that often, but I really wanted to do a dark smoky eye with some of the colors that I have in this palette. And those are the colors there. And first I'm going to put the white color that I have in here all over my eye to kind of set the eye primer that I had. And I'll just apply that all over the eye. Okay, now that we have the base color on, which is my shimmery kind of white color on this palette, I believe it is called Tequila. And now I'm going to go ahead and start going in with the darker colors that I'm going to be using. And first I'm going to start out with kind of a transition color, and I will be using this color on the very end right here. It is called Galano? Whatever. And I'm just going to go right into the crease with it. I think I'm going to go for more of a purple smoky eye. And I'll just be going back and forth. I'm using the same brush that I used for the white that I put in. And there's a trick that I recently saw on a YouTube video where they use the end of a tube to do the angled part. So now I'm going to go in with a slightly darker purple, and it'll be this, where is it? This one here. That one is called Center. How appropriate. Yeah. So what I'll do is I will apply this here so it's in the direction towards the end of my eyebrow so that I have an even line. See how I have that line there? That's so that when I go to apply my liner to do my wing, then I have a guideline to go by. I'm going to go back in a little bit more with the lighter purple. Now I'm going to go on the other side. This is going to be the challenging part since I'm left-handed. Okay. I am just bringing it down on my lower lash line to kind of complete the outer rim that I have. I'm just using what's left on my brush to do that part. Now I'm going to go in and go a little bit darker on the outer corners of my eyes, and I'm going to use the darkest shade that I have of that purple that I have in my palette. There's the palette again, and it's that really dark purple there. It's called Rad Purple, and there's a bit of a shimmer to it. So I will go ahead and bring back that. I hope you can see it well enough that it's purple. I apologize if you cannot. Let me go to the other side now. See how I have that clean line now? It makes it much easier to apply liner later. So I have the nice clean lines on both sides. Yes. And actually, I think I'm going to go slightly darker because I'm going to go heavier on the eye, and I'm going to go more paler on the lip so it's more balanced and not have bright with bright. So I do have black in here. I'm going to do just a very, very little bit of it right in the outer corner of my eye. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. I'm digging this a lot. I'm going to take my blender brush that I have. Go ahead and show that to you. And I'm just going to blend that a little bit more. Now I'm going to go ahead and reapply a little bit more white right in the center of my eyelid. To brighten that up. Okay, now I'm going to add a little more to my brow bone as a brow bone highlight. Okay, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and do my wing. Now, I'm not a pro at this, so bear with me. I hope it turns out as good as I can imagine it in my head. Not everyone's a pro at it. I am going to be using my felt tip eyeliner, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I know it doesn't look very good right now, but I wanted to go back over in my liquid since I was using my felt tip to do the points that I have. Okay, now that I have my winged eyeliner down, I'm going to add slightly more eyeshadow on my bottom lash line to kind of smooth that out and give it more of a smoky look. And I'll be using that dark purple from before, the really dark one. As you can see, I kind of darkened it up more around the sides so I could have that extra smoky pow that I really wanted to achieve with this look. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add a liner to my waterline, and this is going to be a color called khaki green, but it does not look like a khaki green. You can see the end of the sticks like this, and the product looks like that, and it's just kind of like a dark green, like that. And I'm not going to go all the way over. I'm going to stop about where I stopped with my eyeshadow on my bottom lower lash line with the shadow when I brought it over. I'm just going to stop about halfway, about the center of my eye. So it's not super dark in my waterline, it's kind of a mild green, so it's not going to be too overdone like it is. Now that I have all of that, I'm going to go ahead and sweep off any excess from under my eyes. And now I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm using a Garnier BB IU. It is a Miracle Skin Perfector for Daily Eye Roller. It's supposed to help with puffiness of bags because I got lots of them. So it's a little roller, and you just roll it under the eye. Sometimes I have to tilt my head back to get it to show up like so. And I'm going to go ahead and use my foundation brush from earlier. It also cleans up and makes my liner that I put on earlier, it gives the line a little more crispness so that it's a nice clean line on both sides. Next, what I'm going to go ahead and do is my highlighter, And I've been using, actually, it's something I got from a recent Ipsy bag, and it's Rob Sheppy for Teeny Beauty, and it's in the color Pearl Fizz. It's an eyeshadow, but I've been using it as a highlighter. I think it's just so pretty as a highlighter instead of an eyeshadow. I still use it as an eyeshadow every once in a while, but it's such a pretty color, and it has a good shimmer to it. And I'm going to be using an angled brush and just sweeping that right at the tops of my cheekbones. I don't know if you can see it, but it just gives it a nice glow. And some on my nose. And then my forehead. Next I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I'm using a goodie but an oldie, and it's CoverGirl bronzer, and it is in the color, I don't know, because I ripped off the label off the back. Oopsies. But you can tell I use it a lot because it's like all gone. I've never even used the brush that it comes with. But I'm going to use the same brush that I use for my highlighter and just do the hollows of my cheeks. I don't want anything too heavy since I went so heavy on the eyes. So I'm going to do the forehead, the cheeks, and then my neck. And then I'm going to go in with a light blush. It is Hikari, and it comes in the color Tango. I'm not going to go real heavy on that either since I have the heavy eye. I'm just going to dab it on and then blend it all out. Now I have that. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do my lips now. And I'm using ColourPop. Just kidding. I'm using ColourPop and the color, what was it again? Tipsy lip liner. As you can see, it's has a brown undertone, and it's a very mauve color, and I believe it's more of a nude than what I'm used to, but I really like it, and I sometimes even wear it by itself with just a gloss over it. I am in love with this color. So for a lipstick, I'm going to be using a Estee Lauder in the color Beige Shimmer. That's the lip there. Not lip, lipstick. That's the color of the lipstick that I'm going to be putting on. Okay. Alright. Well, I think that about does it. Take my headband out. And this is what I would call my go-to date look, romantic eye look, dark purple smoky eye look. Anyways, alright guys, thanks for joining me on this episode, and if you like what you saw, please feel free to give me that thumbs up and keep watching because I have more videos coming your way. And if you have any suggestions or requests on any kind of tutorials that you'd like to see, feel free to put them in the comments down below, and I will respond back to everyone if you leave a comment, because that's the kind of person that I am. I will respond. I won't just like sit there and ignore the comments or just pretend you don't exist, because that's not who I am. Okay? Yeah. Anyways, well, thanks for joining me on this episode, video, whatever, and I will hopefully see you very soon in my next video. Please don't forget to give me that thumbs up. Alright guys, thanks so much. This is Molly, and I'm signing out.